Welcome to the unit on data storytelling. Last time, you were working on textual analysis and doing wonderful work with moving from exploring an archive to selecting a text and using Voyant to make a visualization and then sharing your insights with others through spiral notebooks. Now you're going to think more about how to use structured data, where before your data is unstructured, you just put a text into Voyant. We didn't even work on cleaning it. We just decided to put a text in there, use it, and see what we could find. Now we're going to think about structured data, where I take my data and organize it in columns and rows, and where I make special interpretive choices there to categorize and to limit what I include in my data set. And those are very important narrative choices. Why do we think of this as data storytelling? Because really, anytime we work with data, we're interpreting, we're making decisions, we're acting as human persons to say, I see what's going on here, and I'm going to make an argument with it. Something that's neat about structured data is the way it can show relationships between different data points. Now, you've seen that with unstructured data. We saw relationships happen in text with Voyant, where we saw how words collocated together, how different terms show up in context together. You see, maybe even use linkages to see how there was links between different words. And that can't work with unstructured data, but with structured data, because we categorize the different data points and we can think about how they relate to one another. And we're going to explore that this week with network analysis, which thinks about how nodes in a network interact. Here's where we'll begin. Imagine your social media presence. It could be one platform, be across all the platforms you use. Let's try to visualize that in our minds as a network, in the sense of imagine yourself, your own present social media, as a circle with maybe your picture in it. Now imagine who are maybe the three most common people you interact with. Now, these are ones where you interact with them a lot and they interact with you. Have them as three circles and have it where there's lines going from you to them and vice versa. And maybe they'll be very bold because there's lots of interaction. Now, think about one of them, maybe one of your friends. Think about who are people that person interacts with a lot. If it's someone similar to you, you will brighten up and bolden that line. Maybe it'd be other people, and you think, do I interact with those people? And that's your network that goes out. And you're thinking about the circles are the nodes, where those are the objects of study, whether it's persons in a relationship, or if it's dates or locations or times on a timeline. It's the thing you're looking at or the person you're examining. And then the lines are the relationships with other objects of study, whether persons, places, things. And when we visualize those networks through using network analysis, we can then see different relationships that we may have not noticed before. And what you're going to do is you're going to use a tool called Palladio. It was a way designed for humanists to do network analysis. It can be easy to use tool. And what's neat about it is it's not just network analysis where I think about how these different nodes work together in the network. It's also for mapping and timelines. So at the end of this unit, we're going to bring it all together and think about how can we use these different modes of a timeline, a gallery, and a network and a map to make one story as we're analyzing the data we have. So next, after this video, you're going to read an overview of network analysis, get more information about what that is. Then you're going to do a tutorial on Palladio. And then you'll be ready for next week when we transition to mapping.